Okay, so we're going to do Power Automate today. We're going to get SharePoint list permissions. In order to do that, we're going to open up SharePoint, find a list to get permissions from. Then after that, we're going to create a Power Automate to actually retrieve those permissions from a SharePoint list. And then we're going to analyze the JSON structure that we retrieved back from Power Automate in order to iterate and work through it. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going first here to SharePoint. This is one of the sites that I have. If I go here into site contents, I can see I have a list here, which is called CMDB. I can work with this list here, and I can play around with it. So let's use and leverage this one. So I'm going here now to Power Automate, and then basically when we think about creating Power Automate, we're going to go here on left side create. We're going to focus on instant cloud flows that we can run manually here, right here from the interface. So I'm going to click on instant cloud flows. For the name of my flow, I'm going to put this as at SharePoint List Permissions. I'm going to select manually trigger a flow. Then I'm going to hit create. So we have here manually trigger flow. I'm going to click on new step. After click on new step, I can just type in SharePoint, which is going to bring me the SharePoint actions that I can use and leverage. So I'm going to search for send an HTTP request to SharePoint. That's the action that we're going to use. I'm going to select here my site. I have my test site. I'm going to use the get method. And the URI, I'm going to leave the link for the GitHub, but basically you can get here my GitHub. I'm going to go here to code, get SharePoint list permissions, and this is the URI. So you can copy this, get back to the flow, and then the URI, I can just paste this in here, and I have to change the list name. Right, so the list name is called CMDB, so I can use that one. So let me go back here to flow, and I can put here. Okay, I don't want this stuff. CMDB. You just save it now, and I can execute a test. And here I can go to manually execute a test. I can click test. It's going to ask me to sign in SharePoint. Just say okay, continue, run flow. And if we see here, it's going to ran successfully. And then we have here the results back from the permissions, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to hit Windows R. I'm going to run Notepad. I'm going to paste this JSON here within my Notepad. Okay, so within the returned JSON from the SharePoint query, right, in the HTTP request, we always get the results from D results. Right? Within the JSON structure is D results. That's where we have the data, and basically we have some some default stuff here from SharePoint. And things that start interesting us, right, which is user results. And so from user results, we get a couple different users right there within the list, right, that have permissions there on the list. So for example, you have there CMDB owners, which is under this email. We also have another one, which is a system account, system SharePoint, no email. And we also get, okay, and that's basically it, right? And then we have the role definitions, bindings, results, right? This is where we have the roles there. So we have role definitions, right? So we even have the URI of the role, which is under the URI, okay? So we can leverage this information here any way we want. We can even get here from the ID, right? From the ID field. It does have full control, okay? It tells us what kind of role it is. This is like a second role, right? A different URI. This one has a different ID, right? It is a limited access, and it's a different kind of role. And it gives us a description as well of what this role can do. So this can be useful for audit logging, or can be useful maybe for something else. If you see something different, maybe you want to trigger an action to see if this is okay or not. You can start triggering approval based upon what you see listed here or not, depending on what your needs are for the company. So I hope you liked it. Have a great one. And don't forget to like and subscribe my video.